What's up, y'all? Model Fitness 101. Today's video is going to be about supplements. Now, I did do a video before about 2 years ago on this channel before I stopped doing the videos. So if you want to, you can go check that out. It's still on the channel. But I just want to give you guys a little update on my thoughts about supplements that work. Now, when you start working out, or if you're a beginner, it's very easy to fall into the supplement trap. And a lot of times when we start working out, we don't know a lot about fitness, and we don't know a lot about working out, and we don't know a lot about building muscle. So it's easy for us to believe that the supplements that we see at places like GNC or any other shop that sells dietary supplements, it's easy to fall into that trap to where they say they're going to help you build 15 pounds of muscle in 2 weeks or whatever. There's a lot of wild, ambitious claims on a lot of these products. And we have to be careful before we buy them because the main thing is that they're very expensive. And the other thing is, you don't exactly know what you're putting into your body most of the time, especially if if you're beginning. So we do have to be careful. So I do want to go over the supplements that will 100% work, hands down. They work, proven. You will have results. You'll see the results at least. The first supplement, you're gonna think, oh, I already knew that, but we have to go over it. Of course, it's protein. Whether it be whey protein, soy protein, iso whey protein, whatever the case may be, if it's a protein supplement, it's gonna work because essentially what it is just food. It's just a different type of food. So instead of you eating 20 grams of chicken breast, and you can take 20 grams of a protein shake, and you'll get the same amount of protein. Now, granted, you might not get the same kind of protein. There's different types of protein, so whether or not the protein powder that you have is the same protein that you're intaking in your food, you have to figure that out on your own. But that is going to 100% work for you because it's just like eating food. So the basic foundation of building muscle is you work out and you eat enough food to gain mass, and you eat enough protein to build muscle. So that's a no-brainer, guys. It's not going to fail you ever. So it's very safe to buy protein powder because you know it's going to work. The next supplement I want to talk about is very similar to protein. It's mass gainer. And essentially what mass gainer is also a dietary supplement. It's just food. It's just another form of food. So instead of eating a cheeseburger with this many calories, you can take a protein or a mass gainer shake and get this many calories, So and also mass gainers have fats, carbs, and also protein in it as well. So you're gonna get a more rounded, I guess, nutritional value that you would get in normal food, as opposed to just taking protein. So that's not gonna fail you at all. So if you're taking mass gainer, you will see that it works, hands down. The next supplement I want to talk about. This one's it kind of depends on the person, if they'll actually see the results or not. Like physically see the results or feel the results. But for me, what I've noticed is that it definitely does work every time I've taken it. Every period that I've taken it, it's worked for me. And that is creatine monohydrate. Now you do have other types of creatine matrices. A creatine matrix is essentially creatine monohydrate, also with a lot of different other things in it, such as like L-glutamine, whatever, arginine, or whatever, all the other stuff. It's just a mixture of creatine and other things. But if you take creatine monohydrate, that's just creatine by itself, pure creatine. So what creatine essentially does, in a nutshell, it just pulls fluid. Once you get it built up enough in your body, it pulls fluid to your muscles and engorges them with fluid. So for example, if I'm drinking enough fluid, drinking enough water or whatever, and I'm taking creatine regularly, then that creatine is going to help pull water and pull fluid, pull blood into the muscle when you go to work out, which is what your body does already. When you work out, you're lifting and the blood goes into that muscle. But this is going to add more fluid to the body part, and also it's going to make it tighter. So when you put the more fluid in there, the muscle fibers get stretched out. I guess they get stretched out more, so they become a lot tighter. And you'll notice a bigger pump when you take creatine. So when you're on a creatine cycle, you will notice that your body will be more, how do you say it? You're going to have a lot more fluid in your body. So you might not look as flat if you're on creatine. as versus if you're not on creatine. So if you're not on creatine, you might look more flat than you would if you were on it. So what I mean by that is when you are on creatine, your muscles will look have a more rounded, fuller look just because they have more fluid in them. Not saying that it's 100% muscle, and of course it can help you build muscle, but you're not going to see a significant gain of muscle on creatine. But it is a big psychological boost as well, because when you do take creatine, I guess I don't want to compare it to steroids really because it's totally different, but the idea that, you know, you're getting more of a full look because there's more water retention in your body is kind of a similar idea to steroids in a way, in one aspect. So you are getting, you know, a better look, in my opinion. Every time I've been on creatine, I've been taking it ever since I first started, but I don't take it. I take it in cycles, so it just depends. And every time that I've taken creatine, I've noticed, you know, once I have it built up in my blood system and I'm drinking enough fluids, I notice that my body has a more full look, a more rounded look. So my muscle bellies are going to look more rounded. My shoulders are going to look more rounded. My biceps, triceps are going to look more rounded and less flat. So that is definitely something to be aware about. And I think it's really good because when you do look good and you feel like you look better than you did before, it's always a big psychological boost up here. You feel confident and you feel like you want to go more. So it only helps. And I kind of don't want to touch on this supplement that much just because it's a hit or miss for some people, you know. And that supplement, I don't want to tell you that it's 100% going to work for you, but it 100% does have effects. And that supplement is pre-workout. A lot of us really like pre-workout because we feel like it gives us a big energy boost in the gym. We feel like it really gives us a good focus, you know, on our workouts. So, that being said, let me tell you a story. The first pre-workout I ever took was a GNC brand called Amplified Loaded. I think it was called Amplified Loaded. I'm not sure if it's still around or not, or if it's discontinued now. But that was the first pre-workout I ever took. And it came in a little pack, like a little singlet pack, where you just kind of pour it in a cup and add some water, shake it up, and you just drink it. I looked on the pack, and at the time I didn't know much about pre-workouts at all, or, you know, much about anything fitness-wise. Instead, it had 400 milligrams of caffeine in every packet. Now, pre-workouts really, they try to focus on selling the point that they're selling to you because they are promising you're going to have a boost in energy. You're going to have that extra push to, you know, do an extra rep or do an extra set or to lift just a little bit more. And granted, that can be true. 400 grams of caffeine will definitely give you an energy boost, which is 400 milligrams of caffeine is ridiculously, it's a lot of caffeine. So you do have to be careful and watch out for these pre-workouts because sometimes they might have really large amounts of caffeine per serving, so you do have to, you know, be aware of that because a lot of people are caffeine sensitive, so they'll take a little bit of caffeine and they'll get the jitters already. And some people are more, what's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for? I guess I'll just use the word resistant. Some people are very resistant to caffeine to whereas they can take a lot of caffeine and they won't really see the effects of it. And that's why I said this is really a hit or miss. There's other things in caffeine as well, guanine, and you know there's other ingredients in it. But the main thing that's going to make you give you that energy boost is the caffeine. And the reason why I say this is a hit or miss supplement is because some people, like I said, are very caffeine intolerant, and some people are caffeine tolerant. So you will get different effects from it. Like for me, that was the first. The Amplified Loaded was the first pre-workout that I ever took, and man, that worked for me. I mean, when I went in the gym, I went beast mode. I was killing it. This is what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So yeah, but then after that, I decided to buy a different pre-workout just to test it out to see. And at the time, I'm not sure if it's still around or not. I think it's called Jack 3D, and I took Jack 3D in a pill form. And I really didn't see the significant difference between taking it and not taking it. So you really do have to, try. If you're gonna go with the pre-workout, test them out by yourself. Try to get free samples first before you buy one. I would suggest, just because so you can test it out and see if this particular pre-workout will work for you, or you don't really see a significant effect. So that's all I got for you guys today. I still haven't had a leg video workout yet, but I will have one up soon. That is because I tried to, which is a big mistake, I tried to add my leg workout every workout, but before my main workout. So for example, if I was working out arms one day, I would do squat, like 6 sets of squats and 6 sets of calf raises before I did the arm workout, which was a bad idea, just because after those 6 squats, those 12 sets, I was feeling like I was dead. Legs really take a big tax on your nervous system, so and you might notice that yourself if you ever worked out legs before a different workout. So I decided I was going to do legs, give it its own day. Of course, it's necessary for me now because there's no way I can actually do legs before I do, let's say arms or shoulders or back or whatever. So I'll have one up soon. Yeah, that's about it. See you guys later. Model Fitness 101.